This is early 70s, Brooklyn, New York. Green Dash. Wow, it is real green.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna dive into today. We got some stops to make, things to do, some business work to do. Appreciate you guys watching along, and you ready to rock and roll? So that is the dairy barn at Mount Hope. Mount Hope is the complex that I said the Rockefellers used to own. I had to look up some history because we went over and we actually explored around. Everything's locked. They did a lot of genetic work. How it works out is Alta Rockefeller was Rockefeller's, John D. Rockefeller's daughter. She was gifted 12,000 shares of what is now Amco. It was was it Standard Oil? I do enjoy watching the history of a lot of that. The Men Who Built America, real good series on YouTube. So between the railroad tracks and everything else. So she was gifted that. In 1910, they bought the property, which consisted of 1,400 acres. In 1928, they built that mansion up on the hill. That dairy barn was in the 1930s, 1940s. It has an elevator in it. Next door is a butcher shop. We can walk around it at some point. I don't know, maybe James could pull some strings and we could get some doors inside, but Williams College owns it now. And honestly, the brick and the rock is amazing, but if you don't take care of the gutters and things like that, stuff like that starts falling apart. So who knows how long those facilities, they'll keep them going, like keep them looking, but they're using the dairy barn for storage, stuff like that. But there's 2 tie stalls off the back of it from what I could see. And they had library, they had workers in town, they had multiple geneticists. Yeah. Which is unbelievable, especially for that time. The net worth, I forget. So the net worth of those shares when it was traded in today's money was $190 million. So that mansion was built in today's money, I think it was like 400,000 back in 1928. So today's money, it would be 6.6 million or something just for the mansion. So pretty cool. A lot of people asked about it. I looked it up. Mount Hope Farm in Williamstown, Alta Rockefeller, was married to I forget now, or Ezra Principal or something like that. Pretty insane. There is Rockefeller farms that were all over the East Coast, down in the Hudson River Valley, and then somebody said up in Maine, which I didn't realize on that one, and they said it's still there and still does stuff. But all right, I gotta figure out where I'm going today. So I broke this yesterday. James had a little incident plowing snow, and well, that's no longer where it should be. So we swung down here. I'll see if they can get this fixed for James. Dropped it off. We got everything. Got myself a fitting, $3. Seems a bit odd, but cheap. Okay, we got a $3 fitting, which I expected it to be a lot more. So Meridians, we're at the Castleton, which I didn't realize any of this was here, but that's Goulet trucks. And Goulet's from the valley, and here's another Goulet truck coming in. They got quite the fleet of trucks, which there are Allard's farm in the valley there with Brown Swiss, but they run a hell of a lot of trucks. Robert Miller used to run for him, my buddy. Yeah, a lot, big fleet. So I already dropped that off for James. Today is his grandfather's funeral, so That's why he was held up, which is unfortunate. His grandfather was a hell of a man. So, well, that's part of life. Part of life indeed. So, we'll jump to our next stop. It's gonna be nice weather. Might as well wash this down a little bit. It's a mess. So, just pulled in here. I did not realize. I should have realized. But this one is a truck wash. Like, it's huge. That's good to know because I run right past here. So, pull and wash the truck next trip. Oh yeah, that's much better. I love this thing when it's clean. Don't mind the bumper. So I hit a deer 2-3 years ago with this thing. And this isn't the factory bumper because we caved it all in. The headlight was out. Fog lights. Yeah, the grill is all still the same, but yeah, 3 years and the paint's chipping off of it already, so should have wrapped the front. But alrighty, let's get down the road. We got somebody to meet. Okay, had to stopped in here at McFadden's. A guy I rent land from, Tristan, who actually loaded put the tires on and everything. I appreciate you guys, been awesome. And Amanda, his wife, is throwing snowballs for Yanko. He works here, and they're having their auction this weekend, the 25th, I believe. Yeah, 25th, because today is the 20th. So I figured we had to stop in, and they always have quite the selection of equipment. I don't know if we'll make it out here. I got to see what our schedule is for manure hauling. We are going manure hauling on Wednesday. But everything from round bales to manure spreaders. We probably should make it out here. It's close enough to home that if we bought something, we can just drive it to our new place. I'll go down some lines and show stuff. We're not going to round bale anything. I don't like round bales to begin with. There's opportunity for big square bales. So if we do end up doing any dry hay, it will be big square bales. I'll have somebody come in. This is 7610. No PTO, but I'm a fan. I like the Euro Spec 7000 series. It's got a US drawbar though. That's pretty cool. Euro ones, they drop down. So being a Euro Spec, somebody asked what's the difference of them. They usually don't have long axles. They run fat tires. Like in New Zealand and stuff, they had drop down hitches, different category hitches pretty much. They got extra blinkers. Well, blinkers are based on regulation. And usually a Euro Spec is quick. Stay down, buddy. Don't get in here. So what do we have? Oh, it's a quad range. What are you doing in here? Come on, out. It's not our tractor, buddy. Yeah, not what I expected. So this is a slower, what are they, 20 speed? You can get the 20 speed power shifts, or you can have an E range in these. Very clean. How many hours? Let's see, 66.93. Very clean. Jump. So yeah, I'll be quick through this because I could wander around here all day and just look at stuff. 8670. Yeah. With the front hitch, that's also Euro Spec. See the lights? See the lights? Lights in the front, stuff like that. The 4000 series, pretty similar to the US ones, but once you get past that, they start getting different. They got a lot more speed to them. US was very behind. This is another Euro Spec 8100. Sharp. I remember when I had a Husky tank. This one's got it all done up, so I wonder what this is gonna bring from Randall. Oh, it's got a big hole in it, like, to get in. That's neat. This is a much newer tank than what I had. My tank actually ended up like 20 miles west of us, so we'll probably see them at some point. Got some side slingers at some point. If we do have beef cows, we will need side slinger. And if you don't know, James and Nathan McFadden, they got quite the collection of tractors themselves. So this came out of a fire. If you haven't noticed, it actually runs and drives and everything, but the cab is just, that's not tinted, that's just burnt. The whole backside, the cab is gone. So this will be in the auction. He drove it off the trailer and drove it in. Don't get in the way, Yanko. So they do their auctions, and then they got used parts and stuff like that in the back. 1566. All set. Good size manure spreader. Came from Champlain originally. We went through there a few weeks ago. 8630. I don't know where Yanko is. Oh, 270 white. Some Fords. Where are you going? Hey, Yanko, come on. Thought I was lost. What, you can't see me? You getting blind? Come on, come on. What is this, a 210? Or 2010? 3020 actually. Gas 3020. This thing's sharp. I'm not a Ford guy at all, but it looks pretty original. Missing a door. Ooh, there's another big Husky tanker. I don't know where he went again. No idea. Eventually, if my world stays together, burnt cloths. I got some hoop buildings over there. We'll see how it goes. But 5,000 gallon tanker to match the truck tankers. We could move some manure in the field, stuff like that. But I don't want to chase custom work like that usually. They got quite a few of the hoop buildings. Oh, this is a 40 by 80 by 20. So both boxes together. Another 40 by 80 by 20. There's a 30 by 60 by 15. That's what we had for hoop building. Yeah. Some toolboxes. How's this silage wagon? I am in the market for a silo blower, and we're gonna run wagon probably, even if it's just one for what we're doing. You can find them cheap enough, and because we are gonna fill those silos. I do have silage corn. This thing don't look that bad. Take the roof off. Belts. I might have to watch this. It's not on a deer frame though. It's a Dion frame. Yep, D900. One row chopper. Things you see. Hot damn. Set of discs, but I think these are 18s. They don't look long enough to be 20s. So yeah, no rear hitch. These actually look pretty good. No welds. Probably bring some good money. We'll watch them. Oh, that's welded right there actually. Yeah, that's tweaked. See how it's not straight and then it's welded, which isn't the end of the world. But some broken discs, stuff like that. That's all part of it. We already bought a set, to be honest. We just gotta go pick them up. At some point, probably gonna need a side slinger, because, well, one, we got rotten feed we gotta move, and two, if beef animals
do show up at the farm. Gonna have to get rid of the manure somehow. I used to run one of these, but it was a hell, I don't even remember. Ours was smashed too. Hooking it up or pulling it back, it hits the cylinders. Well, the one that I ran was on a 950 cat. I'll put a picture below, or in here. It was a animal. It took some getting used to, but it's a shear grab for silage, so you don't deface anything, but the face is always smooth. But I used to feed cows in New Zealand with a Frito-Lay mixer. I could fit 56,000 pounds on it, 3-axle or 2-axle 3-screw mixer, and a 950, and I could feed about 1,300 cows, milking cows, in 2 hours and 10 minutes. It was wild. Massey crawler. That's cool. Well, we might wander left a little bit, but that all is new attachments, and I'm not really a new attachment type of guy right now. We're balling on a budget. Ooh, might as well look at this coon mower. I do want something a little bigger when we get to that point. Mini excavator someday. Yeah, this is a little too small. What's this, an 8? Really need a 11-foot center swing. Look good. Look at this unit. This is early 70s. Brooklyn, New York. Green dash. Wow, it is real green. Usually they're faded out by now. Wow, this might be probably late 60s twin stick. That's cool. I like it. Tough trucks. Big Mac fan. Big Mac fan. Needs some cosmetic love, but otherwise, that's pretty cool. Reminds me of the one that we went and looked at. Short. Really freaking short. Oh, it has a vac pump on it too. Or a pump, I guess it would be, but that's cool. Brooklyn, New York. Cab looks all there. Had to walk over here and look. So they sell stuff. They have the auctions. A lot of plows. I don't see I don't see any on land. I'm sure they got some tucked away, but nice set of Cavernolin plows. Big plow guy. Makes the no-till people unhappy, but you gotta have them for their purpose. And reclaiming ground that's been neglected is a big part of it. That was a good walkthrough. I had quite a bit of stuff sitting around to check out and whatnot. Glad I stopped there. Who's this coming down the hill? Cattle pot. Garuzi. They move a lot of cows. I think I said that right. They're west of here, on the left there, going into I'm gonna mess every town up, so we'll just say they're west of here. But jumped on 20. Gotta go see what neighbor, and then we gotta go to USDA office because we gotta say this is what we're doing with the ground, point out where we got rented ground and stuff like that. So jumping up the road. Yeah, auction this Saturday, so by the time you guys see this video, it'll be like 2 days, 3 days out. So I think my calendar might not be working right in my head, but yeah, we'll see if we end up going there or not. It really depends. If we can make money, we'll probably keep rolling, but it might be that
either way, we're gonna watch it either online or, yeah, because we do have some items that we gotta get. My good old stomping grounds. So ended up coming back, what are we, 9 years later, to the same area to live. So, yep, campus police, dorm rooms, health center, food, it's all the good stuff. We'll let these people go across because we're nice. Learned a lot of stuff right in there. So, ag engineering. Somebody complained in my comments earlier that I'm not an actual engineer. Okay, it's called ag engineering, but yeah, got a lot of friends that work as engineers after they left here. John Deere oh, there's a big M out there actually. John Deere, it's a John Deere sponsored program, but a lot of my friends went to go work at Oxbow or whatchamacallit, New Holland, Case New Holland. So, yeah, more dorm rooms. Very much educational here. But we gotta go to USDA and sit down with them and do some work. First time I've ever actually been in a USDA office, so United States Department of Agriculture office. So in each county you have your office. So I'm in Schoharie County, which that is where I purchased the farm. Purchased it in Sharon Springs. Schoharie County. Sharon Springs is in Schoharie County. All my time in Cobleskill, driving by, I never even knew it was here. So nice building, good people. Wrote down where my rented ground was, so that they have a whole record of everything that I'm doing. Because of the loan application and everything else like that. Some people are going to say, oh my God, the government, this and that, but that's part of the requirements of the loan and keeping track of, well, insurance and stuff like that, knowing what you plant where, because crop insurance. So finish that up. That was quick. That was good. So now we are, well, technically done for the day, but we might go move a trailer. It's early enough in the day. It is so nice that it stays light out till 7 o'clock now, but appreciate everybody in here and appreciate everybody with FSA and USDA. So we should probably get some lunch though. We haven't eaten much. I had one leftover taco and that was pretty good, but that was for breakfast. Me and Hank are taking a walk to go get the Mac, bring it up top. And I really haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. We got stuff to weld on the tanker. I want to build the extensions taller, the fill port taller, which I have metal for. And we got one little pinhole leak in the swivel boom, in the nurse boom. So, which it's kind of odd, but when I pressure washed it, I think it just had a rust spot from previously and probably chipped away at it over the time. So we got that to do, and we got a box trailer that we could move ahead of the rain that's supposed to come at the end of the week. The rest of the week we're going to be hauling manure, so we got to figure out in the next few minutes. I just realized James doesn't have to actually move trucks tomorrow, so I'm going to have some time in the morning to modify my tank to my liking. So what we got to do is figure out a way to clear the snow out in front of this. And I think the skid steer's over on the corner, maybe. That plow, that piston I dropped off goes on that Dagelman plow. Otherwise, I'd probably use that, but can't get all the way underneath. Things are melting like crazy. So hopefully Wednesday we're gonna go manure hauling. Hopefully most of the snow will be gone and it'll actually be a pretty good rest of the week. Granted, it's supposed to rain, but as long as we're sitting on the road, some rain really doesn't affect us. But I mean, yep, skid steer's down there. We'll go commandeer that and get that worked out so we can back into that trailer. Dry cow pen. They did have their roofs blow off. One on this one, which is a newer building, and this building had, but they got it all fixed up now. Looks real good. It's a dry cow pack area. I might as well push up feed while I go through. What do we got for a skid steer today?
LX885 Turbo. So. Yeah, somebody previously asked about the Blue Mac here. They run that bad boy. And if you see, there's a green and yellow diller. There's a red hool. I think it's a red hool. And then there's a blue diller. So manure hauling, it's all part of life. Plus they got the Magnum with the 4,000 gallon hool on it. Yeah. And they got their storage. It's all part of life. With dairy cows, there's always manure to be moved. Okay. Yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff. Gotta remember, oh, we got the batteries, we got a grinding wheel. That sheet of metal's got to stay here because that's the one I'm gonna put on that other tanker. So it's good to have this out of here. These are not my trailers, but everything that way is. So I'm slowly gaining, but I got to get that piece of metal out of there. Leave it here. Tomorrow we'll mess with it. Where you been? Eating something? Load up. I'll get you dinner. From the nights we've had in the past, this is an absolutely gorgeous night. Like, I'm hoping spring's finally here. We're gonna get rain at the end of the week, but made a good decision. I was gonna not truck tonight or this evening, but definitely glad I'm soaking in the good weather. Missed most of the traffic coming through Albany, so that is why I'm a little later, but I sat around doing some paperwork and office work and it worked out. So we're about 10 minutes out, and then this trailer, well, it'll be done for what I need it for. I'm gonna hold it and then we're gonna unload it, and that'll be it. Olight has saved me because the trailer doesn't have backup lights, but look at all this light I had back here. So snuck it right in here. It's on a very good slope. Wow, that's great. Left some space in between these trailers, and I'm gonna drop it and we're gonna get out of here. That was probably the quickest drop I've had. So we are out of here, which reminds me, we gotta get some outdoor lights for the shop, or for the whole barnyard. We got some indoor lights for the shop. We're gonna see about maybe some outdoor lights. But 2 hours to go. We're headed back east. I'm so glad that's dropped all my shop supplies, which it means I don't have them, but at the same point it also means that we can move them into that shop and be in a good place. Made it back. Long day, good day. Got a lot done. I appreciate you guys watching along. I gotta keep it down. It's 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, gaining. You guys are awesome. Have a good one.